I hope you can hear me.
Very well.
Thank you so much this day. Thank you, PT Josephat and Pia Rose for this opportunity. I'm really delighted to be at this space to be talking about something that is very dear to me. First, I'll start by introducing myself. My name's, as you have heard, Rosemary Luvandare. I reside in Eldoret, a place I've been since I left school. I was employed in Eldoret, and I worked through Eldoret most of my working years until retirement. I only had a break of a few years. I'm a banker by profession. I worked in a bank, an international bank, for almost 5 years, and I opted to retire. Somehow I joined, I think I started working when I was still very young, immediately after school. So by the time I reached around 55 years, I was feeling so tired, and I said, no, enough is enough. I decided to retire. Now, during my employment time, I'd grown a passion for farming. Eldoret being an agricultural area, you cannot stop maybe being a farmer, because most of the customers you are dealing with were farmers, and you would see what they are doing, and they would even guide you, tell you this is what we are doing. Those who used to plant like wheat, those who used to plant maize, those who used to do dairy farming. So I grew a passion for farming. So before I retired, I started doing some little farming, and mostly I was engaged with the horticulture. I started planting tomatoes in a greenhouse, and I would try everything, tomatoes, capsicum, and so on. So when I retired, I decided that is the work that I wanted to do fully, because that it would give me time just to do my own things. Nobody bothering about maybe targets or whatever. But I was wrong. 6 months down the line, a friend of mine invited me to a meeting in Eldoret. And she told me, I went for a certain meeting, I would like you to come and listen to it. And I decided to go. We were at Windsor that time. So I went, I listened, and that day we were told that we were lucky because PT Rose was around, and for surely when I listened to it, I got a buy-in, and I said, yeah, this is the place to be. One, the reason why I really joined is because PT Rose took us through the lifestyles that they enjoy by just being in your life. And as a banker, and the position where I was, senior position, we used to be called for meetings and would go to some of these 5-star hotels. So I realized, hey, my life can still continue the way it was, even without the bank. And here there's a company that is going to pay for me. So I got a buy-in and I joined. Apart from that, okay, there were some health issues which have been resolved through the products of Neolife. So I've enjoyed my life in Neolife. A few months down the line, I became a director, and that is where, as everyone says, life starts. So I've enjoyed being a member of Neolife. And when you get something good, you also invite other friends, your friends, to come and listen to it. So I've had friends also who have come and joined us in this journey. So I'm in this journey of making the world a healthier and happier place. And I'm happy. And today I'm going to talk about Supergro. As I told you earlier, farming has been my passion. And when I came to Neolife, I realized that apart from all the other things, Neolife, we have the personal care products, we have the skincare products, we have the home care products, and then we have the farm care products, because we need all our places to be healthy. Apart from our homes, apart from our bodies being healthy, then our farms also need to be healthy. And when you are being trained the other time when you are going through the university, the Neolife University, we realized how the process of even getting the ingredients that make our supplements, the process, it is followed right from the farm. And I guess as they do it from the farms, they make sure they are also using Supergro maybe so that at least whatever is being produced there has no chemical. So I'm going to talk about Supergro. Supergro is a wonder drop because it is very good. And it's something that I've been using. I'm just going to share my screen. I hope we'll be able to see it. So my presentation is about Supergro, the wonder drop. We call it the wonder drop. Why do we call it the wonder drop? Because it does wonders on our farms. As I told you, I do farming and especially the horticulture. I plant tomatoes in a greenhouse and they have done very well. Because of that just wonder drop, I've been able to see a long life of harvesting and I've seen a healthy crop, a crop that everyone admires and everyone calls out for it. So Supergro is one of the products, the agricultural products that Neolife decided to manufacture. Why? Because they want our farms to be healthy. And whatever we get from our farms, not to affect our bodies, maybe through chemicals. So it is a product that has been made from the deep seas, the plants or weeds from the deep seas, which has not been, which is unadulterated, and it makes at least whatever is being produced as Supergro to be safe for use in our farms. So as you can see, maybe in a nutshell, Supergro is a crop booster, and you can use it on all crops, all vegetations, whether it is trees, whether it is vegetables in the home, whether it is coffee, tea, maize, wheat, any crop, name it, you can use Supergro. Even those people who plant like sweet potatoes or even the Irish potatoes, whatever crop that you plant, when you use Supergro, it is good for our farms. So when I go for the highlights, agriculture is one of the, it is the greatest economic activity in our country, Kenya. And we have land, although most of the land has not been really used properly. The arable land that is available is there. But then why are people not farming? People are not farming because one, there is high cost of farm inputs, or sometimes we complain about adverse weather conditions, because you find that there are some areas where they don't get quite a lot of rain. There are some areas which get so much rain that maybe the farms become flooded. Or sometimes you find that even those people who get maybe enough rain or adequate rain, then farmers complain that they are getting poor pricing of their crops. So they don't get value for what they have put in the farm using maybe all the other inputs that they use, like the fertilizers, the pesticides, or the chemicals to do away with the maybe weeds. And then we also have a problem with the middlemen, people who maybe they are not farmers, but they wait for the farmers after they are farmed, they go there and they buy their crops at a throwaway price, not considering what that farmer has gone through. So when you look at the highlights, you find that there is food insecurity. And this is something that we should not have in a country like Kenya, where I think the weather conditions are very favorable in most areas. Like when you look at the South Rift, the North Rift area, Trans Nzoia area, some areas like the Kajiado areas and so on, those are areas that can do very well in farming. In fact, nowadays, areas like even Taita, Taveta there, and Voi, people are really doing great farming activities. But then we find that some of these things that we are highlighting now, especially the high cost of input, they are an impediment to people really doing the much that they are supposed to do. So we realized that as a solution from Neolife or Supergro, we have a solution that can assist our farmers at least to see value for what they input in their farms. So going to why should a farmer use Supergro? One, it is organic and it's manufactured from the seaweed, from the deep seas, and there are no chemicals. So it is safe for use. And in fact, when you spray Supergro on your crops, like let's say vegetables, mboga, the sukuma after 5 hours, you should be able to go and pick your mboga from the farm, and it will still be safe for use. Or even if you spray it on the grass where animals graze, then they'll not, that means Supergro will not affect the animals when they graze there, even after a few hours. Now, Supergro has passed through scientific advisory board, so it is safe and it is able to do what is on the label of Supergro. Neolife has ensured that with anything that they produce or they manufacture is fit for human consumption. And when they say there are no chemicals, it is true, it has no chemicals. So even if you are to take it, maybe you swallow it, it will not harm you because it is something that is safe. Number two, it was researched and certified by our own Nairobi University to do that which is on the label, and it is also good for human consumption. So our own Nairobi University have confirmed it. So even when we are going outside and talk to people about our Supergro, then we have at something that you can tell them, go and look, even Google, and see that it has been researched by Nairobi University, it is certified. So it is a good product to use on our crops. Another point is it is economical. A little goes a long way. You just use a little on your crops, you mix it quite a lot of water, and when you spray, it will still give you the value that you require. In fact, when you, I remember when I started using Supergro, I'd planted my crops and I'd not used, I'd just used the normal fertilizers. And then that year there was a lot of rain. And my farm where it is sort of waterlogged. So you find that the water table is quite high. After some rains kidogo, unapata the water, the shamba becomes waterlogged. So I decided to start spraying Supergro. Somehow the crops were still able to do very well. One, that water is able to penetrate inside, deep inside. So it leaves the plant maybe to still thrive even where there is a lot of water. So that Supergro, it's good, and that little Supergro was able to make me at least do some good harvest that year. Last but not least, Supergro brings out the real taste of food. You take anything that you've planted with Supergro, there's a difference between the sukuma wiki that has just been planted with any other fertilizer and the sukuma wiki that you plant with Supergro. It is more tastier. The tomatoes are more tastier. I know of when I started supplying my tomatoes to a certain hotel in town, they told me they didn't want any tomatoes from a greenhouse. But then I told them, why can't you try? They took a few kilos. Before the day was over, they asked me to take more. Why? Because the tomatoes were tastier. The tomatoes, they were full. There are some tomatoes when you plant it in greenhouses, when you cut through, you find that the inside, there's no meat inside. And so there is no juice. But mine, they were meaty, they were juicy, they were tastier. So when they prepared some of the salads with my tomatoes, they found that they were very good. So I had a customer, they continued taking my tomatoes. So Supergro normally brings out the real taste of food. So what are the key benefits of Supergro? One, the most important key benefit of Supergro is it improves production by over 167%. Supergro, what it does is, once you put Supergro on your crops, one, the roots go deeper, and they are able to draw water from very deep. So even if it is dry, the roots are able to draw water, and the plant remains moisturized for a long time. So in that way, then the production becomes higher. So if you are harvesting, like, let's say maybe 5 bags in a certain area, when you use Supergro, you can get over 15 bags, 10 to 15 bags. And that one has been proven. It has happened. Last year, I sold one of my clients Supergro, and he used to plant a small area, around half an acre. So he said he used to get around 2 bags. But somehow he was able to harvest almost 10 bags. He was so happy, he came and took another one for this year. So you see, Supergro improves productivity. My tomatoes, the first time when I used to plant, I would harvest for around 3 months or 4 months. But when I started using Supergro, you find that I harvest my tomatoes for over 6 to 8 months before now I plant any other crop. So you harvest for a longer period, it gives you more value for what you have put in the soil. Number 2, it loosens the soil. It makes the soil to be more permeable with water, to be more permeable with any nutrients that you put on the farm. And so the roots, the plants are able to draw in more nutrients and absorb more water for, I think, for more sustainability and equal growth of all the crops. When you plant with Supergro, you'll find that all your crops look the same. There's no crop that will be, maybe it will be retarded or whatever. They are the same, they grow at the same level. It looks like a table. For those people who plant tea, they know how a table looks like. When you look at the tea plantations, it's just a table, a good table, a green table. So when you plant Supergro, even if it is maize, that is how it looks. It looks very beautiful, and your farm looks quite healthy. Number 3, it minimizes soil erosion. I told you my farm was waterlogged. So when you put in Supergro, that water it goes deeper. So leaving at least there's no runoff of any soil or whatever, or runoff by water. So that your farm remains with its soil, and your crop grows well. As a foliar, it retains solar energy and makes the photosynthesis to be more effective. So now when your crops have the right foliar, they have enough leaves to absorb solar energy, which assists the crops in manufacturing whatever the fruit that you get and everything. So this one assists growth, and also it strengthens the plant. It also helps retain moisture, so crops survive the drought season. I told you, when you use Supergro, even during the drought season, you'll still get your harvest. It acts as a sticker. When you use any pesticide or any chemicals that you are supposed to do, maybe to do away with pests, then when you use it with Supergro, that pesticide works for a longer time, because Supergro assists it to stick on the leaves and enabling it now to work effectively and kill any pest that could have harmed your crop. It improves the soil pH. It doesn't really spoil it. It improves it. It makes the soil more fertile. And when you look at the soil that you have used Supergro, somebody will just tell you there's something different about your soil compared to even your neighbor's soil, even if it is in the same area. It is suitable for all crops. We've said that, whether it is trees, whether they are crops, mboga, or whatever, it is suitable for all the crops. It is tolerant to temperature variations. It is safe when applied to vegetables and can be used even after 5 hours. It is very economical. 1 mil, you mix 1 milliliter of water to 1 liter of water. That is 1 mil, 1,000 milliliters. So if you use 5 liters of Supergro, then you mix it with 5,000 liters of water, and then you spray your crops. It is available in 1 and 5 liters. So how do you use Supergro? Supergro is in a liquid form, so you spray after mixing as recommended. Remember, we said you mix 1 milliliter to 1 liter of water. So if you're spraying, maybe using a 20-liter knapsack, then you only put 20 mils. 20 mils is very little in that water, and then you spray. During the rainy season, we recommend that you spray after every 2 weeks. During the dry season, we recommend you spray on weekly basis. You just spray on the leaves, and the dew or whatever will enable that Supergro to penetrate down into the roots. Supergro has been found to also increase milk productivity when mixed with water, which we give to cattle. And this one, I have a testimony to that effect. I had a cow which, after giving birth, it was not able to give me milk. Actually, my Shamba boy said it has refused, and for sure, when you looked at the udder, there was really nothing. So we tried Supergro. I told him, try and put some Supergro in the water. And within 1 week, we were able to start milking that cow and start using that milk. So Supergro can also be used for cattle. It can also be used for our poultry. For our poultry, when you put it in the water, it increases even your hens continue producing eggs, like let's say on daily basis and for a long time. And it also makes them very healthy. Even for cows, when you look at the skin, it is very smooth. It makes the cows very healthy. So in conclusion, what are we saying? We are saying that as a country can alleviate food insecurity if only we can be able to disseminate this information to all farmers to start using Supergro. One, it is economical. So even for those people who are saying that maybe the fertilizers or the inputs are expensive, if they use a little of that and they mix with Supergro, it boosts the productivity from their farms very well. And they'll find that they get much, much more than when they just use the fertilizers, even if they use the recommended form of fertilizers, the other commercial fertilizers. So if we use Supergro, it makes this farmer get much, much more. Now, there'll be no complaint about maybe the prices being low because they'll have received much, much more than what they expected. Number two, we have a great market. We have said that the main economic activity in this country, Kenya, is agriculture. So when we sensitize our farmers, then we'll have be making our people more viable economically. They'll be, at least will eradicate poverty, because the farmers will have enough for themselves and enough to sell for them to be able to use for their own other developments. So let us all sensitize all people to use Supergro, and this is the month, because this is the month that people now are preparing their farms, especially in this area, Eldoret, and it is environment. This is the time we are preparing our farms to start planting maize, to start planting wheat. So this is the time to really go to the farmers and tell them, please try this. And I'm sure if we try that, then we should be able to alleviate food insecurity in the country. I'm just going to share a few photos of what I've been doing with Supergro. Those are tomatoes from my greenhouse using Supergro. Look at how they are. And they are normal when they come from the farm, you think somebody has washed them and don't even put some oil on it. This is one time when I had harvested. These were ready for dispatch to the customers. I also used Supergro to plant some potatoes, and this is how they were coming out. Quite big, very nice, very tasty, very easy, maybe when soft and nice. They were very good. Then the other one, these are our members who used it to plant 3 tomatoes. Look at how they were coming out. Very big ones. Actually, they look like tomatoes, very big ones. This is my farm of potatoes when they were still growing up. This is my maize farm. This was last year. You can see they were very healthy. The leaves are very healthy and attractive. I also use it on my bananas, and you can see how the bananas come out. I also told you sometimes I plant even capsicum, pilipili hoho. This is how they come out. These are now the tomatoes when they are really ripe. The shelf life is very long. So even if you buy a crate and maybe it is for home consumption, you'll find that you'll finish that crate before any of the tomatoes become spoiled. So those are some of the things that I just use on Supergro. And I can assure you Supergro is one of the best products that Neolife has ever produced. Let us all go out there and spread the good news of Supergro. Thank you. May I return this to T. Josephat to invite the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Rosemary. I think out of the many sessions I've listened about Supergro, this is the best, the most simplified, and even people like me who haven't been farmers, you've really put us into a temptation to start that as part-time. I know in the call we have very many farmers whose lives are now changing 360 degrees. But remember, by hearing the good news without using it, it doesn't really help anything. So you better purpose to start using the Supergro in your small way, your big way, and you also start now sharing with your friends out there. Let's make Kenya the Kenya that we wish to see. There are many questions which definitely we might not be able to respond right now, but Rosemary, you can go through them, and those that can be responded to through text, you can always text as we now enjoy the second session, which I want to bring a gentleman who came in into this opportunity from a very humble background. We call it humble so that we don't taint the name of people. But I can say with authority that he came from a pathetic background, and because of this opportunity, his life changed for good. Now he will be sharing with us about our compensation plan, how the company pays, so that everyone in this call who desires financial freedom, you can discover that we have the simplest and the most lucrative compensation plan on this planet Earth. So Charles, Mira, it's your turn. Please take it over.
Yes, good evening, Pete. Can you hear me?
Very well, go on.
Yes, my name is Charles Mira, and I've been in this opportunity for the last 8 years, since 2013, 14th of January. And my life changed. I call it my birthday that day. That's why I can't forget it. Because it found me when my life was not exciting at all. I had come out of job and I was very broke. In fact, I had to borrow a fare to go to the town from where I live within the Nairobi County. But when I entered there, what I saw excited me so much because I realized that though I had stayed for many days without any income, there are opportunities all over. Yes, I had worked in other places. I worked with Mumia Sugar, Total Kenya, ended as an operations manager in Nairobi, a company known as Engineering Agencies, but which went down the year 2020 when the economy came down, and I found myself without a job. Now, from that time up to 2017, 2007, I was doing some business, but it also went with the post-election violence. Now, from that time, I didn't have any income, and it was not exciting. I had even to borrow clothes to enter that presentation with. But that changed when I came to realize this is where I belong, and I had to join. I didn't have money. I borrowed money to join, and actually I begged for money to join. And it is when the kit was opened for me, I was able to come across this book of what we call compensation plan. Compensation plan changed my life because I realized this is the way I'll be able to also change not only my life, but for many others. And in this program, I would like us to share a bit of the compensation plan. Now, what we need to realize first the terminologies, like PV. I know Nigerians call them poverty vanish, but it means actually point value. Point value assigned to each product by the company, and they don't change, they remain. Even when the prices go up, the point value remains. Now, the other one is you'll be seeing it, PPV means personal point value. What does that mean? It means that when you buy products for yourself, they are your personal product, points. But if you buy in your business together with the others, they are called QPV or GPV. I mean, QPV is qualifying point value. That includes your points and the team's points. Now, the other one you'll be interested in is the BV. BV means bonus volume. Bonus volume are what you earn, what gives you the earnings, actually. That is, it is a currency value assigned to each product on which your bonuses are calculated. And BV value for each product can be found in the confidential distributor price list. In fact, it is very important to understand the confidential distributor price list, because that is where you understand how we are paid. SRP is the suggested retail price. You remember, every time there is a price change, we are given new price list, and it indicates the price we buy the product at and the price we are able to sell, or suggested price we sell the product at. That is SRP, that is suggested retail price. Distributor price is in DP. Now, so how does money come in? Because this is where life starts changing when you understand this. Earning is simple. You earn the, first of all, profit if you are able to sell some product to a customer. That is the difference between the distributor price and the suggested retail price. That is profit. Now, that is direct to you. Nobody will ask you for that money. Then, depending on your level or in the business, you are able to earn something known as sales volume. I mean, you are able to earn sales volume bonus. That is the bonus that is calculated from your bonus volume. This, therefore, depends on your level. We'll look at that a bit later. But before we look at that, I want to also inform you on other payments. Like now, when you grow up in the business, you earn leadership development bonus and network. Those are other bonuses. Now, there is also incentives. Incentives there are two types of incentives. There are the group or your team incentives, and there are also company incentives. Team incentives are set by you and your team, and it is well separated from the company. The company is not involved, but the company has always incentives that they set for the members. Now, the other thing I would like us to look at is now, how do you grow in this business? When you go into your compensation plan, actually the first page, you'll see that ladder, which we always see, that starts with the distributor, then manager, then senior manager, then director, middle director, world team, and president. How do you achieve those levels? You achieve those levels when you build your business. You start as a distributor. A distributor, we usually call it DST. Don't stay there. Why? Because as a distributor, you are not able to earn sales or the leader, you call it what? The PV, the bonus volume. You are not able to earn your bonus for the sales volume bonus. You can't earn because you require to qualify to the next level, like the manager. Manager, how do you become a manager? You become a manager when you make 500 points for you and the members that you also sponsor in the business. You make 500 points. That is when you become a manager. And a manager is paid at a percentage known as 5%. That is a manager from when you build the team as a distributor, and then you make 500 points, you together with the team. Now, note this. You can bring other people who come and start doing business, and you make 500 points. But you will realize that you may find yourself not earning any money. Why? It is because in addition to you sponsoring, you must make your personal PV, which you are required to make a minimum of 100 PVs. So it is your 100 PV minimum plus the PV of the other members in your team to make 500 PVs. That is one way of making a manager level. There is another way which comes as an incentive from the company. And this is where you want to start your business in a big way, and you are required to build your volume bonus by buying yourself 250 worth of products, 250 PV worth of products. Now, how do you do that? You put in some money that is equivalent to the PVs that makes goes up to 250 PVs. When you do that, the company says that it is an incentive because you have shown the way. They add the balance as an incentive to qualify you as a manager. And you'll be paid also. 250 points, you are paid at 3%. It will not be at 5%, at 3%. But you are now qualified by the company as a manager. And anytime you build your business as a manager, you will be earning, so long as you have at least a minimum of 250 PVs in your network. Now, senior manager, how do you become a senior manager? You become a senior manager when you build your business to 1,000 points, you together with your team. Remember, never forget to do a minimum of 100 points at any time. That way, you will be paid by the company at a 10% bonus volume. Now, from senior manager, you go to sorry about that. I think the network is not very okay, but we'll try to go on. I was saying this, to become a senior manager, we have also the other way of doing it, which is applied as an incentive. How? You buy products worth 500 coins. When you do that, you don't require anybody else. The company qualifies you as a senior manager, and you now get the pin of a senior manager from the company. Of course, as a manager, you also still get a pin, and you now start getting other benefits of a senior manager, like senior manager training and what we call senior managers products. That will be explained later. Now, from there, when you build your business together with others to 4,000 points, you become a director and emerald director. Of course, as a director, you're required to have a 6-month period of 10,000 points. Together with the month you qualify as a director, you have to make the 4,000 points. Now, the next thing we would like to see is this. As a director, or as a new person, let's say even a distributor, is it, what we mean by these percentages we are saying 10, 5, 3%, 5%, 10%, 15%. Remember when we talked about the sales volume bonus, and this is what excited me to realize that actually I can achieve what I have been looking for. You will be able to earn higher bonuses or higher percentages depending on the number of points that you make. And this number of points are able to make you, to give you the level you want to move to. That is from manager, senior manager, director. What excited me most is this. I was told about this and was told about the incentives. I was told I can move to senior manager, and I realized that from senior manager, you are able to build a business, a bigger business, when you are earning more money, and when you share this with the people you want to join you, and they want also to be with you. And I had to become a senior manager. Of course, since I didn't have even fear to come to the presentation, how did I become a senior manager? I became a senior manager by actually committing something which I took to be very important in my life, but I had to commit it. And because I said that even if it goes, I will be able to buy another one. And of course, things changed gradually, and I became a director. I became walking. I traveled the world and all that. Now, there's something I want to share with you about these percentages that enable you to actually earn money. How do you earn money, actually? When you look at your confidential price list, and we can even go straight to the Supergro that we are talking about today, you will realize this, that this business pays you, is able to get you a lot of money depending on several factors. How aggressive you are to grow in the business, how you are able to build your business with other people, and how you are able to train others that you work with. Supergro. Supergro, when you look at the prices, you realize we buy it at 5,940. It is sold at 7,200. The difference is 1,260. That you earn directly. Remember, compensation is for money. We are talking money, money, money. Now, if you are a distributor, let's even say qualified distributor, who has a pin of a distributor because you have done 100 points, you will not be able to earn anything more after that. But if you start even as a manager, or where you have gotten the position of manager through the incentive by buying products worth 250 PVs, we said you'll be paid at 3% of the bonus volume. Now, the Supergro that we are talking about has a bonus volume of 3650, or 3610 rather. 3610, if you multiply by 3%, what do you get? When you multiply 3650 by 3%, you see it is 3% over 100. 3 over 100. It is 109 shillings and 50 cents. 109 and 50 cents. Now, if you do it by being a qualified manager, that is qualifying together with others, or making an order of qualifying with the others, you buy Supergro and you earn the 5% bonus. 5% of the sales volume bonus, it will be 180. Now that is added into your profit, direct profit. If you are making it at 10%, that is by being a qualified senior manager, you will be able to earn 361 for the same Supergro. Together now with the 1250, you can see the money is increasing. What if you are a senior manager? A senior manager position starts from 1,000 points to 3,999. Now, if let's say you have done 3,000 points as a senior manager, you will be paid at 20%, because payment, as you have seen in the chart of the levels, you say that at 250 you are paid at 3%, 500 5%, 1,000 10%, 2,000 15%, 3,000 20%. 3,000 plus, it is by 20%. You realize that you'll be earning an amount of 902. No, it is 900. It is how much? By that is 610 by 20%. By 20. 100 is 722 shillings, and when you are director, you get at highest, which is 25%, which is 902 shillings. Now you add 902 plus 1260, it comes to 2162. For the same Supergro, you earn over now, because of time, use this what you have talked about to continue reading and understanding the compensation plan. This will give you a future, and this will give you the best business, because even if which is now, and now take your time plan, you will be able to.
All right, I think we are losing Charles, but it's like you are done. I think Charles, that's an amazing job, especially for our new distributors who have been wondering, how do you earn? And I'm sure we've been able to see you can earn too much from the same products that you are buying. So what we'll do is, of course, Charles has given us an assignment to make sure that we now read more from the compensation plan, right? Now I want to go straight to our recognition, and I am requesting that, because we'll take only like the remaining 4 minutes, even if you are not able to unmute yourself, make sure you clap for those who are being recognized. We'll be able to see your hands as you do that. You can always put your video on so that we see you clapping for those who are being recognized. Every week we recognize those who are taking steps, and it's very amazing. Very, very exciting to see people who have not even been in this list. Now they are appearing here. And of course, remember those who are taking their steps to directors, we are meeting in May, if the COVID thing will allow us, for a heavy breakfast. So as you appear in this list of recognition, it means you're on your way to becoming a director. So we start with personal sponsoring, and we have people who have already sponsored one. Remember the month just started the other day, and we have Just Fat and Piero's Karaoke one. Others who have sponsored one, we have Sophie Nodwall, Margaret Aduet. Then we have Florence Olao, Sabina Kenya all the way in Sweden. We are always very proud of Sabina sponsoring every single month and representing us very well in Sweden. We have Hesbon Nyagoa, also very good in sponsoring. Florence Wangoi all the way in Mombasa, congratulations. Catherine and Peter Mwaura, our brand new directors, congratulations. Elizabeth and Charles Beck, congratulations, our directors. And then we got to now position 2. Remember, the month is still young, so there are some people who have sponsored more than one, and that is sponsored 2. Who is this? Father Lucas Juma. Congratulations, Father Lucas Juma, always reading by example. And amazingly, this is very exciting. We have someone who has come into the business and is running with it, flying with it very, very fast. She has now taken the first position, and I'm sure she will maintain this. And she has already sponsored 4 within the first 1 week. And this is none other than our upcoming director, Leah Titani. Congratulations, Leah Titani. And this is amazing. She told me this month she must become a director. I don't know whether, Leah, you are able to just say hi to us. Leah Titani. And Leah, are you there? All right. If she's not there, then I'm sure she will be able to do it next week. If she will still be maintaining the lead, which she has promised. Let's now go. Congratulations, Leah, by the way. That is a supersonic speed, and you're challenging even myself, and I'm so happy about that. Now let's also, Leah is there. Leah is there. Let me ask her to unmute herself. Yes.
Hello, Josephat.
Hi, Leah. We can hear you. We can see you.
Sorry, I wasn't able to unmute myself previously, but somehow I've been able to. I'm so excited, of course. I've learned that word from Pieros. She talks about being excited, and I'm really excited. My name is Leah Titani. I work for Kengen. I must say I'm so excited this evening because actually I joined Neolife some like 3 weeks ago. It's not too long. I joined when March was ending. And previously I had actually known of Neolife in 2017. One time there's a lady who came to introduce the products to me. And I, of course, like any other person, I didn't take it so seriously. So way back in February this year, I was sick and I was admitted in hospital. Then the same lady called me and asked me, Leah, how are you? I told her I'm fine, but kidogo kidogo niko hospitali. Then she asked me why. I explained to her and she told me, you remember I introduced you to some drugs? Then I told her yes. Then she told me, what do you think about them now? I told her to explain again because of course I had already forgotten. She explained to me, then she told me I'll connect you to somebody who will explain to the products to you well so that you may understand. And please, I'm asking you to use the products, it is going to help you. So of course she connected me to Karaoke. And Karaoke, thank you so much before I continue. And Pieros, thank you so much for your support. When Karaoke talked to me about the products, he actually told me about the products. Then I was like, hey, they're so expensive. Then he told me, now which one do you value? Is it your life, your health, or the money? Then I told him, of course, it's my health. So I bought the products. Then after I was discharged from hospital, I used the products. Then I realized the products were so good on me. So I called Karaoke again and I asked him, how do I now join to this Neolife? Because the first person had told me about joining it and joining in and doing business. Then he explained to me and guided me through it. And that is it, I joined. So I joined at the end of March. And I was so excited when I received my first pay from Neolife at the end of the month. It was 2,700 shillings. That was a lot because of the time I had joined Neolife. And now I want to say I'm so excited also because I took up the opportunity and I decided to run with it, like he's saying it. And I decided to sponsor people. I joined the training every evening. I've been joining the training and I'm liking the training because the training have actually made me smarter than I was before. So I decided to concentrate on sponsoring. So in sponsoring, there are strategies you have to take. One, first of all, you have to create that relationship with the person by discussing the products and of course by mastering the products. You have to master the products first before you discuss. And then also, after creating the relationship, you welcome the people to the discussions on Zoom every evening. They listen, and after that you follow up to get to know. I'm just doing what we've always been told. I follow up and get to know from the people. Then next, I also have that convincing language. I really have to convince the person. Most of them have been having some issues like, oh, I joined GNLD sometime and I wasted my money. I have to really convince them. And at some point, thank you, Pieros and Josephat. You've been coming in to assist me to be able to convince the people. And that is how I do it. I thank God. I'm going to continue crazily and I'm going to also support them to also continue. Thank you so much.
Wow, amazing. Thank you so much, Leah. 3 weeks and there you are talking like you are 3 years. I can only wish you to have a mad or crazy downlines even more than you are, and continue with that spirit. She told me she wants to be a president in a shorter time than I took, and have the blessing. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, and God bless your team. And Miss Pi, I can see you are fired. You cannot wait to start sponsoring like Rhea. So Rhea, thank you for inspiring Miss Pi. She's to the top of things there. All right, so let's also recognize some other giants in personal PVs. This is where Charles Mira was really encouraging us to be smart. And we'll recognize the top 10, starting with number 10, Brigadier David Kipler, 199 personal points. Then we have Stella B, that is 200 personal points. We have Aaron and Damaris Masharia with 203 points. Congratulations. We have Beatrice Omusula, 205 personal points. Mary Cuchillo, 221 points. She told me this month she must become a director. Come rain, come sunshine, go for it. We also have Christine Zhao. Well done, 254. Congratulations. Then all the way from Finland, we have Milka Kipkoech, 256 personal points. Well done. And now we got to top 3. Position number 3, we have Catherine and Peter Mwaura, 346 personal points. These are our brand new directors for last month. They tested the money, 72,000 bonus plus 10,000 incentive. Now they are in full swing. And position number 2, we have Josephat and Pieros Karaoke with 422 personal points. And number 1, position number 1 goes to Reverend Samuel Moshoga with 466 personal points. Reverend Samuel Moshoga is just a young man. He's around 81 years and using the products, driving himself around in the city very comfortably because of the products. Let's use these products and we'll never be the same again. So that marks the end of our presentation tonight. Remember, the incentive of Botanical Balance has been extended to April and May. Make sure this month, if you are a distributor, you step up to manager so that you get a free botanical. If you are a manager or still a distributor, step up to senior manager and you get a free Botanical Balance. If you are an existing manager, maintain 500 points and sponsor 2 people with 100 points, you get a Botanical Balance. If you are a senior manager, maintain 1,000 total points with your team and sponsor 2 people, and you'll get 2 bottles of Botanical Balance. And of course, directors, you are also not left behind. And again, I'm looking forward to dining with you in these 5-star hotels immediately the lockdown is over. And make sure you become a director to be with us in this event. Now, as I close, I want to announce that tomorrow we have a very good meeting for beginners. All those people who joined in the month of March, there is a special session for you tomorrow in the evening at 8 p.m. The link will be shared. It's the one that the company has been using, but we'll also share again. Please be there because we also have special guest speakers. And even if you are not a distributor, it's always good that you come and learn, but it's meant for the very new distributors for last month and for this month. Don't miss, come learn and grow your business to the next level. We want to stop at that and